All right, let me give my 2 cents on a subject that seems to be going around a lot here lately, and that is transgender collegiate athletes. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cents in. Little known fact, and it is a true story, both me and my sister were recruited at the same time at the same school to both be cross-country runners. Believe it or not, that is true. I was 19, she was 18. We grew up together. We have the same parents. We ate the exact same things. We finished proportionate to each other in our respective races. If she was fifth in the girls' race, I was probably close to fifth in the boys' race. We were pretty close to each other in every aspect in our respected areas. True story. That's where things sort of change a little bit. She is probably, well, at the time, was probably 95 pounds, and she is 5'1". At the time, I was 6 foot and about 170 pounds, much larger than my 1 year younger sister. Even though we were both recruited in the same sport, I was much bigger and stronger simply because I was a boy. She was a girl. Had I decided at that time to become a transgender athlete and compete on the women's team, I would have dominated my sister. I mean, just dominated her. She was minutes slower, several minutes slower in our respected races. Even though, as I said earlier, if she was fifth, I was probably fifth. We were where we should be as boys and girls running our respected races. However, I had 9 more inches on her, and 70 more pounds on her, much stronger and better built. Not necessarily better built as an athlete, as she was a very good athlete in her area. She was a phenomenal athlete. However, if I was to step over and be a transgender athlete, she would have stood no chance. I mean, absolutely no chance. Her brother would have dominated her. It would not have looked the same. We ate the same foods. We grew up in the same house. We had the same exact parents. And yet, if I was to be a transgender athlete, she would have stood no chance. I mean, she just would not have. Because at 19 years old when I was recruited, I was done growing. I have not really changed height since then. I've gotten bigger. But I was done growing. I had all the muscles I needed to dominate my sister in cross country. She would have stood no chance. Transgender athletes that have decided to go on and become transgender, in my opinion, is not fair. It just isn't. As I said before, my sister was very good on her side. I was the same on my side. Had I gone to her side, it would not have even been close. Not even close. We were recruited at the same time, the same sport, and the same school. And it would not have been close. At all. It just would not have been. There's no way to really make it fair when it comes to the transgender argument. However, in terms of scholarships and penalizing people, my sister worked very hard to get where she got. She did all the things she needed to do. She ran all the races she needed to run and finished where she needed to finish in order to get her scholarship money to move on to her university. I did the same thing. However, if I had transitioned to be a female runner, I very well could have taken her scholarship money and ended her university ride. Very easily could I have done that. Is that right? No, not at all. Because like I said, I was minutes faster than she was in each race. And that would not have been fair to her, nor would it have been fair to every other athlete in that race that worked just as hard as my sister did to get where they are. So I personally do not think that the transgender athlete argument is fair. As I said, it's not going to be fair to anybody. However, it's really not fair for these born male athletes to participate in female sports. I do not see it being fair at all. I'm much taller than my sister. I have more size than my sister. And she's a very good athlete. But put me on her same level, I'm going to be much, much, much better than she is. And we're brother-sister. I just don't think it is fair at all. That is my 2 cents. Let me know how you feel about this. Just, I know it's a hot button subject at the moment in time, but, we were not relatable if I had run against her. It would not have been fair at all. 0% of that would have been fair. Let me know how you feel about it. Hope it helps. Thank you much.